What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Evan and I make videos about hot stocks, dividends, and options. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Now in today's video, we have a few important things to go over, and this is in regard to NIO Day, which actually happened on Saturday, so just 2 days ago. And so if you guys didn't tune into the NIO Day event, we're going to kind of go over a recap of what happened and exactly how this is affecting NIO's share price. But before we actually jump into the video, if you guys wouldn't mind going down and hitting the like button, I would really appreciate it, and it lets me know that you guys enjoy these video updates every day. So again, if you guys wouldn't mind going down and hitting the like button, I would really appreciate it. But with that out of the way, to give you guys some context of where NIO is actually trading, they're actually up almost 10% on the day, and they've been bouncing around the $64 to $65 area. And at their peak this morning when the market opened, they almost had hit $66. Now again, this is about a 10% increase from Friday's close. And of course, we know this is due to their NIO Day event that just happened 2 days ago. And of course, we all expected that NIO's share price was going to be affected pretty greatly because of this event and because of all these things that were released leading up to NIO Day. But in order to get a better idea of how much NIO has actually gone up, when we look at the 1 week chart, you can see they're up almost 25%. Now again, we've seen big moves from NIO in the past, but 25%, considering where NIO is trading right now, is a pretty huge jump in a single week. And most of the past week of trading, they were pretty flat and they actually had a dip and then they recovered back to where they were. And that was when NIO was trading right around $54. And then they saw a nice jump in price last Thursday and Friday because of this anticipation for their NIO Day event. And now, of course, on Monday, which is today, when the market opened, obviously it opened pretty high because NIO released a few key things that are really going to affect their business model going forward. Now here it says that NIO soared 14% to top $100 billion in terms of their market valuation after they unveiled their luxury ET7 sedan. Now if you guys haven't been keeping up super close with NIO, which I'm sure most of you guys have, but for those who haven't, NIO unveiled their ET7 model, and this is kind of an updated version of their ET preview concept from 2019. And if you guys aren't aware what that vehicle looked like, I'll throw up a screenshot here so you guys can see, and you can really compare and see how closely these vehicles look. And of course, this ET7 is based on that concept car from 2019, and they do look very similar. But there's a lot of improvements and a lot of technology advances that are really going to push this into the EV market. And it really should help up NIO's numbers, especially towards the end of 2021. Because by fourth quarter, NIO wants to release this ET7 and they want to start mass producing it and getting it out to the public. But another huge thing that happened for NIO during their event was that they announced a partnership with Nvidia to develop autonomous driving capabilities for their vehicles. And we're going to dive a little deeper into what that exactly means and how this partnership is really going to help NIO. But before we go over that, another big thing for NIO is that they actually hit the $100 billion market cap. And a lot of people are arguing that NIO is very overvalued at this market cap, because we know when NIO had about a $50 billion market cap, somewhere between 50 and 60 billion, they had actually surpassed GM. And now they're blowing GM out of the water, and they're just continually climbing that top automaker list. And pretty soon they're probably going to be number 2 behind Tesla. But the way NIO's been moving lately, I wouldn't be surprised that they surpass Toyota by the end of the year. Now, of course, that would mean that they would have to double in share price. But I think with all the bulls out there on NIO, at least in my opinion, I could see a $100 share price by the end of the year. Because we've all seen how NIO can shoot up in price. Now, of course, they could pull back the same way. But I think realistically, it's not far off to think that NIO could hit $100 by the end of this year. Especially considering that they're going to be mass producing this ET7 by the end of the year. And hopefully they really can up their numbers by quarter 4 of 2021. And then one other huge thing that happened for NIO was that JP Morgan raised their price target up to $75. Now I believe this is the first $75 or more price target for NIO. And this is pretty huge because all these banks and these analysts, obviously they see something in NIO maybe that your average investor isn't looking at, because these numbers and these price forecasts are based on the fundamentals and they're based on what a company should be valued at given 12 months of trading. So they're not just guessing, they're taking where the company's been and where they could grow and how much they could continue going up in the next 12 months. And so even if NIO were only to go up about $10, $75 is a very good price for NIO, especially in the next 12 months or so. Now, of course, I've said many times before, I think they're going to go way beyond that $75 area. I think that's a very conservative price target for the next 12 months. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But for the ET7 model that they unveiled at NIO Day, it's going to start at $69,000 and have an estimated driving range of 620 miles. And of course, for anybody who's drove a gas-powered vehicle in the past, you probably know that they only get about 400 miles of range. So for this electric vehicle to get over 600 miles, not only is that huge for any vehicle, but that's insane for an electric vehicle. And of course, these other companies like Tesla are going to have to produce bigger and better batteries to keep up with NIO, because I believe as of right now, this is the biggest battery, or at least the biggest range, because we know the ET7 is pretty aerodynamic and the design really does help increase that range. But again, these other companies like Tesla are going to have to start producing something to either keep up or surpass NIO again. Because I'm sure most of you guys know that Elon Musk is a very competitive guy and he wants to stay on top and be the top auto manufacturer. And so he's going to have to do something. And so pretty soon we're going to start seeing electric vehicles with 700, 800, 900 mile ranges. And even the way it is with a 620 mile range, that is very insane for an electric vehicle, let alone a gas powered vehicle. And the ET7 is also suited out with autonomous driving sensors and 4 onboard computer chips developed by Nvidia. And this will offer advanced automated driving features at some point. Now again, like I've said in the past, I don't know what China's laws and regulations are in terms of self-driving vehicles, because at least in the US, we only have level 2 autonomy, and level 4, I believe, is where a vehicle can drive itself. And so if NIO is working with Nvidia and they're improving their driving sensors using LiDAR, radar, and whatever other sensors they have at their disposal, pretty soon we're going to see full self-driving vehicles on the road in China. Now again, I don't know how soon that's going to be, but of course, if NIO is the first one to do it over in China, that's really going to help boost up their share price, and they're going to gain a lot more investor interest over time. Now here it says that deliveries of the ET7 are expected to begin in the first quarter of 2022. And so I guess that's probably more accurate. We know originally NIO said that they wanted to mass produce them by quarter 4 of 2021. So without getting your hopes up, I would just expect early 2022. And then if for some reason they do produce them in 2021 in fourth quarter, of course that's going to be very good news. And again, we're going to see their share price react accordingly. But at least as of now, and based on their NIO Day event, they're predicting that they're going to put these vehicles out in first quarter of 2022. And going back to JP Morgan's price upgrade, one of the reasons that they actually upgraded their price so drastically, because we know in the past they've had pretty small increments in their price forecasts. But one of the major reasons is because some of the developments unveiled by NIO over the weekend are very similar to that of the smartphone industry today. And they said that this is suggesting future cars are going to be much like smartphones on wheels. Now, I think this is a very good comparison because you can see where electric vehicles and just vehicles in general are going. They're becoming so highly advanced in terms of their technologies that they basically are smartphones on wheels. And they're only going to progress in the future and get more technologically savvy. And so this is one of the things that JP Morgan is looking at, and they're looking where NIO can be in the future. And again, in terms of NIO's partnership with Nvidia, their new ET sedan is going to include Nvidia's Orion system-on-a-chip technology, and this should offer advanced automated driving capabilities like we mentioned. And this is where NIO is going to take advantage of this kind of chip. And so it's kind of interesting to see who NIO is going to go with between Nvidia and Intel, because we know they're working with Intel and their Mobileye, and this is going to help NIO put out robo-taxis at some point in the future. Now, I don't know how this differs from Nvidia's system-on-a-chip technology and what the differences are between the two, and I don't know if NIO can work with both Nvidia and Intel, because as of right now, it seems like that's what they're going to be doing, because the Mobileye is obviously different from the system-on-a-chip technology. But it's going to be interesting to see how both of these companies, Intel and Nvidia, can partner with NIO and help improve their business model. And of course, I'm sure you guys know about the 150 kilowatt hour battery pack. But if you guys aren't familiar, a couple of months ago in November, NIO actually released their 100 kilowatt hour battery. And so just a couple months later to be releasing a battery that's 50 kilowatt hours bigger, that's a pretty big stepping stone for NIO. And it really shows that NIO has a lot going for them, just looking at the fact that they're advancing their technology so quickly. Now at this rate, I wouldn't be surprised that they surpass Tesla at some point in the future. Now of course, I'm sure Elon Musk is going to have something to say about that, and he's going to do something to make sure he stays on top. But of course, NIO can't just continue on this trend that they've been on. But if they were to stay on this trend and improve their technologies at this rate indefinitely, they would surpass Tesla very quickly. But again, that's not very possible, but it is going to be interesting to see, especially once NIO surpasses these other auto manufacturers, and whether they can surpass Toyota at some point this year. Because if they get up there and they're second in terms of auto manufacturers, they're going to gain a lot more investor interest, and we're going to see a lot more people investing in NIO, and definitely a lot more people who maybe didn't trust Chinese stocks in the past, because we know what happened with Luckin Coffee. But if they can climb their way up to number 2 on the auto manufacturer list, they're really going to catch the eye of a lot more investors. And then of course, when more investors invest in NIO, their share price is just going to go to the moon. Now for those of you who made it this far into the video, I want to hear what you guys think of NIO's share price down in the comments. Do you think they're currently overvalued, trading around $65? Or do you think they're trading neutral or undervalued as of right now? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Also, if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, make sure you guys sign up using the link in the description. And when you sign up and deposit $100, you get 4 free stocks now. And this promotion has been extended to January 15th, so make sure you guys get your free stocks. And if you guys want to sign up for the Discord, I recently set up a Discord server, so you guys can sign up using the link in the description, or you can sign up using the pinned comment down in the comment section. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.